The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Carson-Newman falls to Coker in 2 games today. Andrew Rogers here with head coach Tom Griffin for the Eagles Sports Network. Coach celebrated 17 seniors, a lot of which have had impactful careers. Griff Hughes, Hunter Harrison over 4 years. You think of the more recent ones, James Denton, Dalton McClain, some transfers you've gotten over the last couple of years. When you think about all 17 they honored prior to today's games, what comes to mind and what kind of impact have you made, hopefully, on their lives as they pursue things in the future?
Well, I think the university, their professors, the people here in the community and their teammates have had more of an effect, which is what it should be. You mentioned Griff and Hunter and Spencer Bright, but, all 17 have made an impact into the program. Sometimes we recognize those guys that have played and their accolades and their statistics, but there's a lot of guys who didn't get much playing time at all who've had a huge impact in our program just as much, because this whole thing is about representing, our maker. It's about representing the alumni, the baseball alumni. It's representing our university. It's representing the community of Jefferson City. And as I said before, these guys have done a tremendous job of that off the field, in the classroom. With meeting people, they've done a great job, and that's really what this is about. I mean, today was disappointing. The weekend was disappointing, but again, that's because Fico did a better job preparing his guys than I did preparing ours. I was bad. I did a bad job. I'm disappointed in myself and these guys and the way they played this weekend because I didn't have them prepared. I got to figure something out. I got to be better. I got to evaluate what I'm doing. That we're getting performances like this. And yes, we have injuries. People have injuries, but you got to have people prepared after the injuries happen. And I obviously didn't do that. And with the mistakes that we made today, that's really just down to coaching, to be honest with you. But that all being said, very emotional time in the beginning, seeing these kids and where they are right now. And I do know this, okay? I know I got to get better coaching, but I do know that these guys are prepared for when they leave here soon. They will be prepared for the relationships they're in, their jobs, their faith has grown. All of that, I know they're better than when they got here.
Certainly, even with 3 losses this weekend, there were still some solid performances. Logan Floyd had 8 hits in 3 games and drove in 5 runs. What have you liked about your freshman? We've raved about him all year, and it's been like that throughout the entirety of conference play. What do you like about his efforts at the plate in all 3 games, but also throughout the entire year?
Well, basically, he's a phenomenal hitter, as we've said, even in February when balls weren't falling. Yep. The biggest thing he's got to learn, like most young guys, is the mental part of the game. And then that's everybody. I mean, guys in the big leagues are still trying to figure out the mental part of the game. But his hand-eye coordination and his bat speed are exceptional. He drives balls to all parts of the field. He has good recognition of the strike zone. He's got some things you can't be taught. Some of the things we've got to teach now, and we've talked about, is now become a better leader. Okay, as a young freshman, you're doing your thing, and we've talked about now next year. Now you got to learn how to be a leader. You have to make sure your teammates, you hold them accountable. You want to make sure, more importantly, that you're encouraging them and you're praising your teammates, because that's 90% of this here is you're praising and you're encouraging your teammates. About 10% might be, where you got to chastise or correct or, something to fix, but that's not much of it at all. It's about the encouragement. It's about being positive with them and seeing the positives in your teammates.
All right, so the regular season comes to a close. You're going to get this same Coker team in a week. You're the 7 seed. They'll be the 2 seed, so you'll head to Hartsville for the conference tournament. Certainly a different situation probably than you're used to going into the conference tournament, not having momentum, having lost 4 in a row this whole series, obviously, of course, as well. What will be the key as you get the guys ready this upcoming week to realize postseason baseball is here, and you can basically wipe away what has happened really the entire year. It all comes down to what we're able to do over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, if we've got to explain to them that it's a new season, then we're really in bad shape. But they understand it's, a 4-team tournament. Just we got to clean some stuff up. I mean, we got a lot of training to do. I've got to think tonight about how we want to go about training these guys to get them right mentally, get them right physically, get them right fundamentally, more importantly. We got to see if we have Harrison Travis this coming weekend. He's got a little bit of a head injury, and Carson Cochran got hit there. We got to check on him. So we got to see what we got lineup-wise, but we got a lot of stuff we got to work on. Not only, it's kind of like the bowl games. You get some extra time to practice. And, it's not, the seniors and all, but it's the guys coming back. Are we going to be doing the right things? What's the mentality and about how we go about? I've said this all year. Our training has been good, but obviously I'm missing something. I'm missing something for us to perform like this, and whether it's the mental part, whether it's getting them to be positive, whether it's to believe in themselves, I've got to figure that out here in the next couple of days, and even moving forward, so that these guys can be the best version of themselves. That's not happening right now.
Coach, thanks for the time.
Have a good weekend.
That's Carson-Newman baseball coach Tom Griffin. I'm Andrew Rogers, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.